easy, but we need to bring that to the people so everyone knows. But we're right.
We begin, and the strong joust comes from Simeon, Lemming, and Palador. Exactly what you expect with Lemming holding on to it first, swapping back and forth between Simeon. That is what you expect from them. They have the strongest joust in the game. They told me recently that they said to make it simple, we do a 6-man joust.
Would be a bit quicker. Oh, that was a quick one. Look at that goal here.
I don't know how they got that.
Eclipse. That was quick. You saw the crossing pass right in front of the goal. He picked it up. There was someone trying to knock him off. Well, hey, still scoring the goal.
That's what they do, and they're going to score right off the joust. And Lemming says this a lot. He's like, our joust is so strong and undefeatable that it gives us an advantage, and they're going to have to nerf it. And I say, well, then how did Team Gravity win? But moving on, they were able to show off against MetaMercs that they were able to be very strong on the joust, retain possession of the disc, and then set up Simeon to knock it in. And you'll see that whenever they get possession again, they'll just keep doing the same thing. They may even force a turnover here. We'll have to see. As Strembitsky hanging back to be the quarterback, tosses it down the right tunnel, gets it right into the hands of Speedy, so that's where he wants it. Speedy has to toss it right back to Strembitsky. Strembitsky's looking for fair enough to get open. He might have to go back to Speedy, which he does, and almost gets knocked out for it, but is able to bait that shot. Now he's set up for his own shot. Goes down to fair enough. Fair enough should be able to dunk it in, but it gets stolen at the last second. As the crowd goes, oh, they did not expect that steal. As they stack and boost, go for the 3, and there it is.
How is he one losing it right in front of the goal? They got the steal in, but I thought that one was going for MetaMercs. Really good, but it just shows the level of Eclipse. But they need to have that comeback right now. They come off a loss against Team Gravity, which will be hard for them. I'm pretty sure about that. But with 5-0 early on in the first match, I think that looks good for them.
They're looking business as usual. I've not seen anything different than what I normally see from Eclipse, and I'm not really seeing a lot different from MetaMercs. I think MetaMercs, having played against Blast, who don't really play top-notch right now, that maybe they're just a little slower, or maybe it is that they're tired, I don't know, but they do feel a bit slower than they normally play.
Strembitsky once again playing the quarterback, trying to pass it over to Speedy. That was the usual start they do. Oh, get away with the disc. Oh, Farnuf actually gets that one. He's pretty close, but he got 2 in front of him. There's Strembitsky scoring. What a strong comeback.
Inside the 3-point line, though, it's anybody's game. Like, you have a very low chance of blocking inside the 3-point line, so it's still fair. But whenever somebody just, like, jukes you out like that and everybody can see it, and you get that really clean shot of actually seeing what is happening, it's pretty dang funny.
I'm just surprised because the start was exactly what they did last time. It was Strembitsky on the disc first, passing it over to Speedy. Speedy this time actually got the open pass to Farnuf instead of going back to Strembitsky and then scoring. It was just 2 touches on disc, that's it.
Yeah, that's all they need. As long as they get an opening, they can find an opening in the defense and get in there. I mean, Palador is the best guy you're going to have on the goal to stop it, but he just wasn't able to do it. I mean, inside the 3-point line, it's anybody's game. Well, it's mostly going to be the offensive game.
MetaMercs trying to be strong up front, trying with 2 people, but did not manage to get anything. Farnuf at the disc. What? That's an Sanogo. Look at him. I see him on the stage. He's like on the floor, like what the hell
He was trying to pass it
happened?
to Strembitsky and ended up hitting the goal.
The orange thing there, that is a goal. Now I can sound like the expert.
I know. We've watched Simeon do that under pressure as well, get an own goal. We watched him run right into a freaking force field and just own goal on himself. So it does happen, and trying to recover that will be tough. But fair enough, as a cool cucumber, so he should be able to recover from making such a drastic mistake. But that may cost them the round.
Yeah, that was they're now trailing by 5 again after that scoring.
Oh, he missed shooting in.
That was a quick one, just getting the knock off, then scoring the goal. Wow.
Quarterback failures happen sometimes, but they are rare.
Getting sacked. Basically, that's it. He was the quarterback getting sacked.
You could call it that. I mean, he did take a hit there, but it was really, he just overshot the disc. He just kind of forgot that it was his turn to be quarterback.
So look at that disc. There's one.
But yeah, now Fair Enough is the one that's dancing. And Strembitsky dances when he's happy, but when Strembitsky's not happy, Fair Enough dances, apparently. They're going to line up again. Strembitsky's going to run quarterback this time. Hopefully he's going to get his hands on the disc before they cross that mercy line. Granted, there's no mercy in private matches, but everyone knows if you get 12 points up, they just like really roast you. Or as the players like to say these days, they dumpstered you.
Dumpster, is that the new word?
That's what they say now.
Wow. Need to pick up on that one. Let me get that one once again. They're trying to stop him. Didn't work. Disc not in possession of anyone. Simeon.
Simeon, that is correct, Simeon.
And what's really funny,
you were seeing them do clear and boost after spinning like all of the UK Invitational saying clear and boost was a terrible strategy. They're good at it now, though.
Lemming once again trying to walk around the outside again on their side, trying to pass long over to Lemming. Did not really fit with Simeon. He's trying to pick it up. MetaMercs really strong on them right now. There, that mic goes in from the backboard. No, missing the goal once again. Lemming picking up, scoring. Eclipse 12 now against 2 on the side of MetaMercs. It seems like the loss against Gravity doesn't really stop them from being dominant in this one.
You know what it looks like? That looks like angry to losing, to getting into the loser's bracket for the first time in your life. That really feels like Eclipse is angry. And here's the thing, like, I mean, I feel like evenly matched with them and kind of playing the same game, but really good is 11.5, who just barely got beat up by MetaMercs. And I feel like we might have seen a different game just because they're a similar play style, so it might have been neck and neck. MetaMercs, you know, like it's hot and cold. You don't know which way they're going to end up going based on how they play, but this first round is definitely giving up.
Strominski was such a strong scorer in the last match, so I expected him to do a bit more, but so far it's only Farnoff that is on the table. It's on the scoreline there. Trying to go down there to Farnoff once again. He's in a good position, giving it back to Strominski right in front of the goal, trying to get into the 2-point range, passing it over once again, trying it, but Lemming is stopping them. Great, right in front of the goal now. Disc is running around, Lemming getting it once again, trying to get rid of their side. Passing it all the way through, right in front of the goal, but there's Strominski, but look at how quick they are.
There it goes. Unless somebody comes and takes it from him, is he going to run the clock down? I think that's what he's going for. He's like, you know what, this is getting brutal. We're going to run this clock down, man.
But it's still 2 minutes. So they're
Yeah,
just
yeah.
running down 20 seconds. Giving it over to Simeon. He's trying to be on side of the goal. Launching over there. Nope. Farnoff stopped him. Strominski picking it up. But they can't really get in clear position trying to pass to someone. It's Simeon once again picking it up. Lemming right in front of the goal. Missing it. Just by an inch, basically. Then all behind it. It is Farnoff in possession. Yeah, passing it all the way through. Trying to get rid of the disc right in front of the goal. Lemming picking up once again. They basically run down the clock down. Nothing is happening. Strominski's trying to get into the game, passing it over to Speedy, but he's not really in position to pick up. Farnoff, is there a chance for them to score?
Yes, fair enough. Actually made that three-pointer, but he didn't want to risk it. Even though the points, I mean, at this point, like, I just don't feel like they have enough time to make up that difference, so they're kind of just running down the clock so they don't completely extend the match. If you continually score on people, it adds so much time to the game and overall that they won't get a chance to play the rest of the matches before the kick is out of here.
Oh, Speedy!
Lemming with the own goal.
Yeah,
he tried to
was
block
basically
it.
throwing it. Yeah, throwing it at Lemming, and then he's going into the goal. But that one was on Speedy. Yeah,
and the Lemming right there when he owned goal, it might have been even been on purpose because now they just get possession again. Like giving up that point doesn't hurt them.
that is true. I mean, they're still trailing by 8.
But they,
right
yeah, and now Eclipse retains possession of the disc. So we watched iShiny do that in Poland, the World Finals, and it was like, what is he doing? And we realized that it was like, oh, they were so far ahead, they're just retaining possession so that nothing crazy happens. Just run the clock down all day long, go ahead and just finish this first round.
Oh, very aggressive on the side of MetaMercs, trying to get the disc off the hands of Eclipse. They got it. Strominski once again with the steal, just making sure the pass doesn't hit, but it's Lemming getting it off his hands immediately. Long shot, he will definitely miss, but they both are charging up to the disc. They might score it. Yeah, they do. Lemming might be a bit late. 14 to 4 right now in just 58 seconds. Is that even possible?
That qualifies as a dumpster fire, yes. Anything, if you get 12 points up on the other team, in normal pubby matches, that's a mercy, and the game just quits. In private matches, it'll just keep going forever. And once you get that 12-point difference, like, it's just brutal. You can get tilted. It's very difficult to go to the next match. And sometimes, though, we see players that where if they just do really good in a match and they're just kind of having an easy time of it, the next match they end up doing very terrible.
Another joust advantage now, obviously with MetaMercs. We'll see if there's anything to do, but no, like full.
Goes for the three though.
Speedy
picks it up.
Wow, Speed, like I said, Speedy is the one now that can hit those long shots. He did it in the previous match. He does it in this one here, but it's just so like too little, too late, basically.
Speedy has a slightly better arm than Fair Enough. Fair Enough also hits those shots too, but Fair Enough prefers to play support to actually set up his other players. He likes to share, so to speak. But whenever he's in position, I see him hit long shots too. But I feel like the statistical advantage goes to Speedy on those long shots. Guygasm agrees. All right, well now, Eclipse has possession again. I'm sure they didn't mind actually getting possession. I know they like to run up the scoreboard. I have conversation with them about that all the time. I was like, well, that's not really entertaining, guys. But they're like, we want to win by any means necessary. As he goes for his own mail slot shot, but just misses it and ends up hitting that force field. Simeon usually is really good at training the threes, so I'm not entirely sure if he's just fallen asleep because they've just been getting too many shots or what happened. But I know there's just 30 seconds. It's just not enough time to make up 7 points. I mean, it just might be if they were super aggressive. Did he get the 3? He did. He got the 3, so I mean, they're inching their way back up at least.
It's basically a possession game now. Like,
yeah,
they
but
could
Eclipse
come
gets
back.
possession again.
24 seconds, Eclipse will start, so they need to be super aggressive, trying to get the disc early on, scoring another one.
Good luck.
There's no fouls in this, not like NBA. Everyone's still fouling and trying to get on the free throw line.
You get to knock them right out, but the people who usually don't fall for that advanced rush where you just stack everybody up and you just put all your cards on the table and just try to jump on the quarterback usually does not work out in your favor in the pro leagues.
We'll see what happens. It is Palidor that gets it first. Yeah, not really getting in position for enough, trying to get closer. Didn't really help. 15 seconds. Now there's Lemming. No, that looks way better now for Eclipse. They're doing another one, putting it up to 17 on their side. Eclipse in total control here.
Yeah, a rare three-pointer from Lemming. Usually he either hits the rim or misses by a mile. And he's not the good striker on his team. He knows that. He has to get in close. He's more of a support man, too, just like Fair Enough, where he tries to set up Simeon, because Simeon has a great arm on him. And Palidor also has a great arm on him, but he has the entire package, right? And that's why you put your entire package guy on defense. Your entire package guy on defense tries to feed you the ball, works the midfield, tries to make sure that you keep the play on your team's favor. And then if you need something more aggressive, you pull him into the offensive side of the field, and then that's when things really shift to your advantage.
Let's see, last 6 seconds on the match number 1 here. Yeah, that will go in the hands of Eclipse, so they will have an advantage in the best of 3 here with winning the first match. But still another one, and it seems like in the end, MetaMercs got a bit back, and we know what happens if people feel overconfident. Yeah. They lose the focus, concentration, even some of their motivation sometimes, and that can be critical.
It was real sloppy and fairly brutal. Like, at first you saw Eclipse actually being very textbook, and then they were just going to run the clock down, and then it appeared that they were getting sloppy. I'm not entirely sure what their thoughts were going in here, but I know that they definitely thought, hey, we just came out of that with 17 points. Let's go again. As Simeon just continually drains them one after another. Just going at it.
Yeah, we've seen it in the replay.
That stack.
Again, yeah. Oh, it was great how fast they were. And Palidor with a long shot, hitting it right dead center.
I told you, man, Palidor can hit. They just normally leave him in the back because he's also the strongest defender. But if you pull him up forward, it's just like Aventure is the same way. They're great defender. You're not going to really get it past them and try to score on them in most cases. But God help you if they actually come on your side of the arena. That's when it really gets dangerous. When you see that they are pulling their defender forward, you should just rightly be scared.
Yeah, it was a match basically controlled by Eclipse. If you watch all of this, if you watch VR League and you think like, hey, that's something I want to get into, if it's Echo Arena The Unspoken or Onward, whatever, you can have all of that. You can just do the giveaway on socials, esl.gg/OC5 raffle, because you can win an Oculus Rift and the game codes for these games. So if you want to get in here, make sure that you're the next one. Missing those 3-pointers on any team in Echo Arena, and then you can do that with that.
And Sprint Vector's on that list as well.
Oh yeah, Sprint Vector, not forgetting about that one, but I'm too lazy for that. So.
Yeah, that is a very sweaty game.
Not ready yet. We're still in warm-up for both teams. Let's see if MetaMercs can have that big comeback. I mean, it will be a big, big surprise if they turn this around, go into the grand final, and
it would be an incredible surprise for Eclipse to actually be eliminated right now.
It was a surprise that they lost against Team Gravity.
Yeah,
and get out of the winner bracket.
It was a surprise, but a lot of people had thought that was going to happen. It's just that it never happens. I mean, especially with Vitrex on the team, because he's such a terrible player, so you wouldn't expect him to actually do that. Well, I'm just messing. I was just looking at him in the audience. He's actually really good. They played very aggressively. I had joined him initially when I saw them in a Discord Cup coming up, and then actually got pulled onto Team Gravity right before Poland. And they had actually, in a weird situation, had beat Eclipse in a little scrimmage early on.
There we go. Second match is starting. Did they just, oh no.
No one left. No one left the tubes.
Yeah, we're not doing that one. I'm pretty sure we're restarting on this. I just want to say, now that Team Gravity is in the final, you see, they're not offering us merchandise anymore. I think they now think like, hey, we're in the final anyway. Yeah, what's with it? We'll start that as soon as we go in there.
Yeah.
So wait for it.
Get our Team Gravity merchandise, right?
Yeah.
The world premier VR esport team. Well, the only really collective one under one umbrella.
We shouldn't highlight them.
Or maybe
there are other teams available still.
Well, yes, but none of them actually started their own brand and merchandising.
We just want to get them started. That's why we're highlighting Team Gravity.
Well, that's why we're doing Team Gravity. Make them jealous, make them get started. It's all about that competition, right?
We'll get that done. I'm pretty sure next time everyone will have new jerseys, new caps, hoodies, socks, shoes, gloves,
giant inflatable flamingos.
I'm not sure where you got these from. Oh, true. All right, it's here on the stage. Yeah.
Yes.
I was like, where did that came from?
There's a 10-man flamingo, inflatable flamingo on stage. They told me they actually had a 20-man one, but they just couldn't fit it.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. And I was like, where did you get that? And they're like, oh, man, they had unicorns, butterflies, all kinds of stuff. But the 20-man is probably more of a bouncy castle.
Oh, bouncy castle now would be great.
Yes.
Or playing Echo Arena on a bouncy castle.
Yes, yes. We've often thought about just like maybe we could we sent Oculuses up to the International Space Stations. We're like, can we get them to play Echo in that position? I'm pretty sure there's no way that that works, but it would be fun to watch. That's often what happens when you play enough Echo Arena. You start fantasizing, how could we do this for real?
I mean,
very expensive.
It is possible. It's one of these games that could actually become.
Well, the speed at which you're going, I think you'd probably end up like breaking a lot of bones once you got stopped.
Oh, look at football and all that.
I don't know. I feel like we go a lot faster now. It's like going like a bullet, man, and all of a sudden you get hit by a truck whenever you stop. I mean, the rules would have to change just a little bit.
We don't need to worry about that in the game. That's the good part. So they can be as quick as possible. Launching into match
joust.
number 2 now. Let's see who gets the disc first.
Lemming's going to get it first. No, it's actually cleared. They usually hold on to it, but he got knocked out before he could do anything. But Lemming retains it anyway. He's going to go in for that 2-pointer because he can't get that 3 against Strimbitsky. Strimbitsky can't get the block.
Let's go.
Great fake once again. He was going for up and then down all the way, trying to get that first quick goal here for Eclipse. They're just starting like they left the previous round. Let's see if MetaMercs, now that they are in possession, they got the advantage on the joust, if they have a chance to come back here. It's only 2 for now, and still 4 minutes 50. So.
Yeah, well, Strimbitsky was also rotated upside down, as Lemming has been rotated upside down ever since the game first came out in beta. So he's like never not played that way. But Strimbitsky had rotated himself, expecting Lemming to actually rush the goal, so he'd be in the same orientation, and it still didn't work out. But like I said, inside that 3-point line, you got a low chance of blocking it. I mean, back in the day, the only one who could block shots like that was Guygasm, but he's like, 6'6", and his wingspan is like the entire goal.
There we go. We had a quick position here on MetaMercs trying to bring it far enough, but it did not really work. Palidor picked it up, gets knocked down over to Lemming. Trying the long pass here onto Simeon.
It's kind of sloppy, actually. It's very sloppy coming from Eclipse, so I'm not sure what they're doing, if they're just kind of slow playing this. Right through the hands of Speedy. Speedy could have actually grabbed that. Lemming actually getting a shot again. This is another rare shot from Lemming from downtown there, grabbing that 3-point.
You saw that disc right going between his arms. That must be hard, and then getting another score. It is up to 5 now for Eclipse. They're off to a good start in match number 2. It seems like they might be able to take this easily, and then they will want revenge in the grand final from Team Gravity.
But yeah, if you're going to go up against a match like this easy, and then go back up against the likes of Team Gravity, it's going to end very badly. Aperture backed me up on that one.
I'm not sure. They could be all pumped up, having a second go on Team Gravity. Strimbitsky trying to pass it up. The usual start here onto Speedy. Did not really work. Lemming picking it up once again for Eclipse. Oh, can't get that disc over to his teammate.
Bounced it off his head,
yeah,
man.
Palidor still picked it up, so it's all good. Speedy might be able to grab that one. Yeah, it's MetaMercs now picking it up. Oh, Simeon just missed it by an inch. Now everyone needs to get back to the disc. There's no one in the goal off Eclipse. Oh, Strimbitsky got the steal. They have a chance for a long shot. Over to Speedy now. Speedy getting closer, scoring it. MetaMercs is back.
I thought for sure Palidor would have been the one that was in the goal, but he was out of position and no one was there to give him speed. So Lemming had to take over, and Lemming is no defender. just like Boop, he's more of a striker. He's more fair enough. He's more of a support character, and it's Palidor that's really all the defense on Eclipse, which is one of their biggest weaknesses. If you can actually shut down Palidor, then you leave the goal wide open.
Joust advantage with Eclipse now. They are still leading 3 points. That's what MetaMercs is trailing right now into the next joust. Let's see what's happened. It is Palidor once again playing the quarterback, giving it over to Lemming. On the side, long cross pass. There's Simeon trying to pick it up, missing him by a lot actually. That was not really precise. And now it's fair enough that we'll pick that one up. Yeah, it doesn't really look controlled right now. Oh, look at Palidor picking it up.
Got a shot. He didn't take it, though. He decided to slow play it. That's not a bad idea, though. You want to be a little conservative when you're ahead. There's no reason to be crazy and give up a turnover, which they did anyway. But the stack-ups aren't happening as they get wrecked. Oh, man, they're all fighting it out, though. They got some speed, but just not enough, as the disc prediction is better for Speedy. Speedy's lining up a shot, goes actually to pass it, but cannot get the clean pass. Doesn't matter. Nice recovery from Strimbitsky. He's got good disc prediction on him, so he can actually recover a bad pass. Down to Fair Enough. Fair Enough's going to go backboard shot.
Oh, what a use of the backboard there. That's the first time we see it today in those matches. That someone's using it like that. That was great from Speedy. Like all the awareness he had, seen far enough down there, and far enough went for it. Just not thinking about passing back. That was really straightforward.
And you see that enough, though, that you could call it like 5 seconds before it happens. You're like, yep, exactly. That's what ended up happening. Now, what I didn't feel, I wasn't entirely sure from that distance that Pallador would not have been able to actually stop it, but keeping that momentum and not giving Pallador enough time to think where he doesn't see which way you're looking, especially when you're coming from that under part of the backboard, makes it a little bit harder to read.
Pallador once again playing it from the backboard. Simeon on to the next one, but that looked good for MetaMercs. How they got aggressive onto Eclipse immediately. Far enough trying to get in between the passings there, but Lemming is in possession trying to bring it back to Pallador, so they're really doing the back pass now, trying to set up an attack here. It is Lemming, I think, to the left and Simeon to the right. Yeah, that's true. Over to Lemming, far left, trying to bring it closer to the goal.
They're holding on to it, man. They're holding on to it. They got to bait them out of the goal. They have no reason to have to actually score when they're already ahead. Simeon's going to drop this one in. No, Pallador's going to do it. They did a crossover. I think Simeon just dropped it right in once he was inside the bubble. It'd be very hard to take it from him. But Strimbitsky is known for crazier grabs inside the bubble.
They're just showing how much in control they are. Like, they were really calm in front of the goal. They waited out a bit, trying to get everyone in position, doing the cross pass there, scoring the goal. That's proper skill level.
That's eye-shiny. Eye-shiny's the one. Eye-shiny's the one that taught them to do that. He's like, this is what esports is about. You got to remain calm, approach every round as though it's the first round. Do not underestimate the team. Play the game.
See, still a bit closer than the first round was. So MetaMercs might have a chance here if Eclipse is getting overconfident and not really closing out this match as they should. Oh, that was really sloppy there, really lazy. Pallador picked that one up, bring it back onto the side of MetaMercs.
Yeah, fair enough, knocked him out, and it was kind of unimportant to even knock him out there. He was just so upset that he ended up getting to it so quick. A lot of times goalies will not leave the goal that quickly, but Pallador has been playing this game for so long. He was the first guy to max out his character in this game while we were all just talking about the launch. He just jumped in, he's like, yep, level 50, guys. Oh, ends up picking it up. A little bit of a slop shot, but picked up for support by Speedy. You see that a lot too, and that's usually pretty fun to do. You get really close to the goal while your team's trying to shoot and actually recover a bad shot. But you rely on your teammate for some of those shots to let you know if it's good or not, because from your angle, you would think that it's not going in when it's going to be a three-pointer, and sometimes you don't know. Like, you'll wreck a three-point shot.
I'd just be ready for the putback, like either rebound or putback. And getting in position, that's what they did, and they're closer now. They're just trailing by one, which is the closest they have been today.
Yes, that is it. Indeed it is. And you know, like I said, Eclipse has been slow playing. I'm not feeling like this is normal for Eclipse. Maybe they wanted to give themselves a bit of a challenge so they could actually dial it up a bit for the next match, assuming they make it back to the winner's bracket. But hey, MetaMercs could probably get up there too. But if this is the state of the game and they go up against Team Gravity, it is going to be a brutal match.
We'll see. MetaMercs, they're trying to get back into this match. They could take the lead right now over to far enough. They're pretty close. They might be in a good position. There they do it. It's the first time they take the lead from Eclipse. Is it Eclipse just being that confident that they're saying, okay, let's actually present a match to people? Or is it MetaMercs now really having a chance for a comeback?
Yeah, I think they did. I mean, they're already on top exactly. And as you can see from the stats, the possession's pretty much the same. The points are pretty much the same. Speedy and fair enough do a lot of heavy lifting. This time, Strimbitsky not scoring. I'm used to seeing that whenever MetaMercs go up against Eclipse, suddenly Strimbitsky doesn't score anymore. So I don't know if it's the disrespect they give him, or that they cover him very strongly, or that he doesn't pull up so much from defense when he's up against them. But Strimbitsky, you see this a lot, that he scores against other people, but up against Eclipse, he is as defensive as he can be.
Possession for Lemming now. He's trying to set up for Eclipse. Eclipse now, the first time that they're trailing in this matchup at all. Back to Pallador, trying to set up Simeon on the other side. That might work. Yeah, Lemming is waiting over there, but he's not really in a good position. He was covered a lot, trying to get a free look at the goal over to Simeon. He's trying from the side. Not really working. Far enough is back once again in position. That's a good defense, and that's a very long shot.
But they're not stacking up and boosting. Simeon's got all the speed, and no one else has got any. Oh, we're seeing, oh man. Strimbitsky had some speed, but then got knocked out downfield. If you watch that bottom right map, you can actually see these interactions that happen off camera. And that's a common move. You're trying to stack up with your teammate, gain some speed, and just re-grab your way down the arena. But everybody's ready for it, and they do the interceptions. With 27 seconds left, if they can just ride it out, they can get themselves around. It's not going to happen, though. It looks like Eclipse has strong shot on it. There goes the unprotected three, but he missed it by a little bit. But gets the backboard, and it goes in. No slam dunk. He actually ran up in there. Pallador ran up in there and recovered it. He got enough speed to get there just in time. So fast, we couldn't even see it.
I was pretty sure that long shot even will go in, but it's still only 1 point that separates them, and it is the advantage on side of MetaMercs. So if they play the last 18 seconds, really controlled, really calm, and just showing their best, there is a chance for them to retake round number 2 and stay in this matchup, stay in this best of 3, making sure that they will not be eliminated.
Eclipse can afford to lose this round, so they may actually try to rush the quarterback to just end it. We'll actually take a look here and see if they're pulling on the speed. They're not actually rushing the quarterback. Instead, they're playing conservatively to not give up a goal.
The last 10 seconds. Who will be eliminated? Will it be Eclipse
a lot closer than that.
going through? Will it be MetaMercs trying to have another shot? No, Simeon, get it. That's it. Simeon blocking that pass, making sure that Eclipse takes round number 2, and they actually get a win.
Yes, they do. You know what that means? They're going back to fight it out with Team Gravity, the best team in the league. We're not biased here at the desk. We just
look at
oh
that.
no,
they will probably
don't break any equipment, guys.
It's like you still got that final in front of you guys.
Yes, that's the celebration you get when you actually win the final, guys. We got another game to go.